Hi, I'm Paul Keoghan from Gktuition, and in this video I want to talk to you about algebra. Now the question that I've chosen to go through here is 2019 Paper 1 question 6. In this question we're given the inequality 2 times 3 minus x is less than 8. We're asked to solve the inequality for x as an element of OR and to graph our solution on a number line. So if there's an inequality, you should treat it very similar to an equal sign. The first thing I'm going to do is just multiply it out. 2 times 3 gives me 6. 2 times minus x gives me minus 2x. So I can just say that 6 minus 2x is less than 8. Now, whenever you're dealing with inequalities, you should always try to bring the x over to the side where it's positive. So the fact that you've a minus 2x on the left, you should bring it across. If you bring the x across, it becomes plus 2x. And the fact that you have a plus 8 on the right, you bring it across and it becomes a minus 8. The reason this is desirable is because now I have all of my numbers on the left, all my x's on the right. With inequalities, life is made a lot easier if you always bring your x to the side where it's positive. 6 minus 8 is minus 2. And now if 2x is greater than minus 2, I just divide both sides by 2. And my final answer is x is greater than minus 1. Now we need to graph this on a number line where x is an element of OR. OR is all the real numbers. OR is every number, fractions, decimals, everything except for complex numbers. Which means that we know x needs to be greater than minus 1. If you're dealing with OR, you should start off by just putting a circle around minus 1. If x was greater than or equal to minus 1, I would shade it in to indicate that it could be equal to minus 1. But in this case, it can't be equal to minus 1, so I don't shade in my circle. I need to indicate that I want to include all of the numbers bigger than minus 1. X is every real number bigger than minus 1, or it could be. So that means you just shade in your number line like this. I have a circle around minus 1 to show that that's where I'm starting. I don't shade in the minus 1 to show that x can't actually be equal to minus 1. And then I shade in everything above it to show that x is an element of OR, so I'm including all of the real numbers above it. So that's your final answer for this part. In the second part of this question, we're given this. 2 to the power of 2x minus 1 equals 64, and we're asked to find the value of x. Now, clearly this is something to do with powers. There's a number of different ways of doing this, so if you do it differently to me, then that's fine. For me, the most straightforward way to do this is, because you have a 2 to the power of something on the left, you want to get a 2 to the power of something on the right. And I know that 2 to the power of something will give me 64, I just need to figure out what it is. So basically I would use trial and error on my calculator. 2 to the power of 7, 2 to the power of 8, I just keep trying ones until I get to 64. The one that you're looking for here is that in fact 2 to the power of 6 is 64. So instead of writing the right hand side as 64, I'm just going to sub in 2 to the power of 6. If we do that, I'll leave the left hand side exactly as it is. All I'm doing is substituting 2 to the power of 6 for 64. The reason this is useful is because I have 2 to the power of something on the left equals 2 to the power of something on the right. In this case, that just means that clearly the powers are equal to each other and I can just cancel out the large numbers. So I could just continue from here and say that 2x minus 1 is equal to 6. The power here is equal to the power there. And now it's a very basic question. I bring the 1 across and it becomes positive. 2x is equal to 6 plus 1. Or in other words, 2x is equal to 7. If 2x equals 7, I just divide both sides by 2 and I end up with x is equal to 7 over 2. And that's your final answer for this part of the question. Now I hope this video makes sense. If you're struggling with any of that, just let me know, send me an email and I'll try and explain it differently.